Hello and welcome to this lesson of sexual and asexual reproduction. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand how sexual reproduction works, explain how asexual reproduction produces clones, and compare the advantages and differences between the two. What is sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction occurs when two gametes fuse together. In humans, the female produces an egg cell and the male produces sperm cells. Each of these gametes contains 23 chromosomes. When the sperm meets the egg, fertilization takes place. The nuclei fuse together to form a zygote. This zygote now contains 46 chromosomes, arranged in 23 pairs. The zygote begins to divide and develop into an embryo. Because genetic material comes from both parents, the offspring are genetically different. An egg cell contains 23 chromosomes. A sperm cell also contains 23 chromosomes. These cells are called gametes, and they are haploid, meaning they have half the normal number of chromosomes. When the egg and sperm join together, fertilization occurs. Their chromosomes combine to form a zygote. The zygote now has 46 chromosomes. This is called diploid, which means it has the full set of chromosomes. Let's take a closer look at sexual reproduction. First, the advantages. Sexual reproduction creates genetic variation. This means offspring are different from each other, like a deck of shuffled cards. Because of this variation, some individuals may be better adapted to survive changes in the environment. For example, if a disease spreads, some organisms might be resistant and survive. Now, the disadvantages. Sexual reproduction requires two parents. This means organisms must find a mate, which can take time and energy. It is also a slower process compared to asexual reproduction. Let's explore what this image is showing about asexual reproduction. At the center, you see a parent plant, a spider plant. This single plant is doing all the work on its own, no partner needed. From the parent, a thin stem grows along the ground. This is called a runner, or stolon. Think of it like a living bridge stretching out from the parent plant. At the end of the runner, a small new plant begins to grow. This is called a plantlet. It develops its own roots and starts to anchor into the soil. Once established, the plantlet becomes an independent plant. But here's the key idea. It is genetically identical to the parent. It is a clone. No mixing of DNA, no variation, just a perfect copy. Let's decode the advantages and disadvantages of asexual reproduction from the image. First, the advantages. No mate is needed. That means a single organism can reproduce all by itself, like a self-starting engine that never waits for permission. It also uses less energy. Now the disadvantages. There is no genetic variation. All offspring are clones, exact copies of the parent. This might sound useful, but it creates a weakness. If a disease appears, all organisms are likely to be affected because they are genetically identical. There is also poor adaptation. If the environment changes, the population may struggle to survive since there is no variation to help some individuals cope better. Sexual reproduction involves two parents and produces variation, while asexual reproduction involves one parent and produces identical offspring. Let's dive into some exam-style practice questions. You can pause the video and try it yourself. Let's look at this first exam question carefully. A human body cell contains 46 chromosomes. We are asked how many chromosomes are in each gamete and what happens after fertilization. First, gametes. Gametes are sex cells like sperm and egg. Each gamete contains half the number of chromosomes. So instead of 46, each gamete has 23 chromosomes. This is called haploid. Next, fertilization. When the sperm and egg fuse together, their chromosomes combine. So we add 23 plus 23. That gives 46 chromosomes. This forms a zygote. The zygote now has the full number of chromosomes again. This is called diploid. So the final answer is, each gamete has 23 chromosomes. After fertilization, the chromosome number is restored to 46 in the zygote. A scientist observes a plant producing many identical offspring very quickly. What type of reproduction is this? And why are all the offspring identical? The image shows a parent plant. From the base of this plant, we can see the development of plantlets, which are small new plants growing from a runner, a stem-like structure that spreads along the ground. The parent plant doesn't need a mate. It simply produces offspring that grow from the runner. These offspring are genetically identical to the parent because there is no mixing of genetic material or fertilization. So, the final answer is, this is asexual reproduction. There are no gametes, so there is no mixing of DNA, meaning all offspring are clones. For the last question, two siblings come from the same parents, but they never look exactly the same. Why? During sexual reproduction, DNA from two parents is combined. The sperm and egg each carry different genetic information. Also, meiosis creates new combinations of alleles. This means each gamete is genetically different. So when fertilization happens, each child gets a unique mix of genes. Like shuffling a deck of cards, the outcome is always different. So the final answer is, sexual reproduction mixes DNA from two parents, and meiosis creates different allele combinations, so each child has different genetic information.